The TNA Knockouts title is on the line, and here is the tail of the tape to break it down for you. The condescending attitudes of the beautiful people have been taken down several notches since the arrival of Tara in TNA. What's behind Madison, Velvet, and Angelina's change? Quite simply, their fear of a pet tarantula. Now the pressure to save her friend and associate Velvet Sky led to Angelina's decision to defend her title recently on Impact. The result led to a verbal protest by Miss Love when the realization set in that Tara was the new champ.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the opening contest live at TNA's Victory Road. It is for the TNA Women's Knockout Championship, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing the beautiful people, and accompanied to the ring by Madison Rain and Velvet Sky, she is the challenger, Angelina Love!
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Mike, today, this rematch needed to happen. Let's be honest. Tara won that title by coercion when she was using that tarantula and the fear that it imposed for Angelina Love to accept that bout. But as I get to watch my BFFs coming down the ramp here, getting ready to get into the ring, and look at that outfit by Velvet Sky, by the way. We took a few minutes picking that thing out. Wasn't sure which one we were going to decide on. I like the choice. But I will say this, Mike. It's going to be an incredible night when that championship belt comes back home to Angelina Love.
I know you've been talking about miscarriage of justice. The fact that...
Whoa! Hold on a minute.
What was I saying?
I'm sure it's really important at this point.
Somebody say something about miscarriage of justice?
Something about...
I lost my train of thought.
Her opponent, accompanied to the ring by Poison from the state of California. She is the TNA Women's Knockout Champion, Tara!
You can make all the excuses that you want for your BFFs. Angelina Love, Madison Rain, Velvet Sky, the beautiful people. But you cannot deny the fact that Tara defeated Angelina Love. It may have been an impromptu match, it may have been unscheduled, but it certainly was official, and that's why she is the new knockout champion.
I'm not denying anything, Mike, today. I'm just saying she cheated. I'm saying she grabbed some wild... This is not just a normal tarantula, too. From what I understand, it's like a vicious breed from somewhere in the Congo of Africa.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like one of those things. One bite, and you got about 15 seconds. I mean, it's like you got a tag team partner out there.
Well, to me, the arrival of Poison joining Tara has really been the determining factor in turning things around on the beautiful people, because not only does Tara's confidence level rise, but at the same time, the beautiful people slam it into reverse.
Oh, look at that thing. You let that thing crawl all over you?
No, thank you.
Me neither, buddy. That's one thing we can agree on. I've got a fear of him myself. But I'll tell you what, though, you got to give Tara credit in the sense that she used it to her advantage. You saw Velvet Sky when she gave Angelina Love that ultimatum. If she breaks that spider out again, you better do something for it. You better stop it. And, well, that's exactly what Tara wanted. And the next thing you know, she got Angelina Love to put that title on the line when she wasn't mentally ready to defend it. Tonight she is.
You saw the presentation of the Knockouts Championship belt by referee Slick Johnson. The crowd here at the Impact Zone for Victory Road in Orlando, Florida, fired up as Angelina comes right at Tara, and Tara fights back out of the corner, not about to be distracted by Velvet. Madison at ringside, puts the shoulder block into Angelina and takes her down.
Well, this is Tara's game. I mean, she uses strength. That's her advantage right here. She's just more of a brute, obviously, than Angelina Love, so she's going to use that. Angelina Love, though, we've seen her outlast Awesome Kong. We've seen her outlast the best in this business. She just got to just wait for her moment.
Your BFF is calling for a TO.
Well, that's okay. It's what you do.
There are no timeouts in wrestling.
Well, it doesn't hurt to try. They'll look into that. Maybe there should be.
One way to bring her back into the ring. up over the top rope, and as soon as Angelina turns around, doubles her over with the boot, gonna take her back up and hang her using her own hair right across her back, and then just take her right overhead and down to the canvas.
Well, impressive right now is Tara, obviously mentally so prepared for this. Angelina Love, though, again, one of those that she's so opportunistic. That's the one thing about it. That's one thing about the beautiful people, let's be honest. And a little force there, a little shot there by Angelina, and she just kind of committed a little too soon. Uh-oh.
And,
well, this is the tarantula.
Yeah, speaking of a tarantula, that's exactly what it is, as she has Angelina locked up in the ropes, and referee Slick Johnson at that, whoa, calling for the break. Tara comes down.
Now, what did they do to her?
That's called a couple of preemptive strikes.
Yeah, it is. It's called cheating again.
But that time it cost Tara, because the distraction as she took out both Madison and Velvet enables Angelina to connect with that kick, and Tara went directly back first into that steel safety rail at ringside.
One thing about it, though, Angelina Love moving a little slow. Let's see here, and it looks like she's getting her composure back. Look at that gleam in her eye. Look at that grin, and there it is, the boot right to the ribs. Angelina Love now taking control, getting the momentum here. Gonna rush her. Oh, baby.
You talked about how Tara had been employing the power game to this point. Well, all of a sudden, Angelina's got that chance, backs her up, and now a second time, and rams her right against the side of the ring.
I mean, it's never happened to me, of course, but to get your back smashed against that top of that ring like that, I mean, think about that, Mike. It's just the wind's knocked out of you, the pain that it causes, the damage that it can do to your back, bones, ribs. It's a vicious shot.
Drop kick leads to a cover and a near fall as Tara gets on the receiving end of the 2 count from Angelina Love, and the challenger back to the offensive. Rifles off a forearm shot, gonna try and take Tara now, and backs her up again, and pretty obvious here what she's working on, totally concentrating her efforts on the back of the TNA Knockout Champion.
I'll tell you what, this is exactly what she told me she was gonna do. She said, watch this, I'll use the same things that Tara does to me back at her. I'll use strength. And I mean, just rushing her into the turnbuckles, rushing her into the ring apron. I mean, just using power. It's catching Tara off guard. Angelina Love showing, buddy, she's not just all about looks. She's got the whole package, baby. Whoa!
Brings her from the top all the way down with the big slam out of the corner. And you can see the pain that the knockout champ is in. Angelina on top for another cover and another 2 count.
You know, Tara actually had this thing in hand. If she hadn't been distracted by Velvet Sky and Madison who were doing nothing but cheering on, of course, their friend and their partner. She had to go after them, take the cheap shots, and from that point, Angelina Love's been in control, Mike.
One of those cases where, after the beautiful people have interfered on several occasions, Tara tried to take it to them before they were able to interfere, but it backfired on the knockout champ. Big shots to the top of the head with the leg and boot. Angelina from the middle rope explodes into a clothesline.
First the Bobo Brazil shot there, buddy, and then bam, right on top of Tara.
Bobo Brazil.
I study everything I can, Mike, today. Me and Dr. Wayne Cowan get time away from the therapist office. I don't know, he just told me to say
I don't think I've never saw Bobo use a headbutt quite like that, but I kind of get what you're talking about. Yeah, you and Dr. Cowan. Still on the defensive. The knockout champ trying to regroup and trying to get back up to the vertical base. As soon as she does, Angelina is there, and she unleashes the offense. Another chop, that one right to the chest. Set for the ride, fired off into the ropes. The clothesline misses, but Tara comes back and caught her with a clothesline, and both champ and challenger are down.
Well, you can see the concerned look there on Velvet and Madison's faces as they have that mid-ring collision there. Both of them down, both of them wore out. It means so much to them. Now it's who gets up first.
Crowd here at Victory Road, counting along with the referee, Slick Johnson. Angelina, first up to her. Well, I thought she was going to be first up, but then did you see that effort by Tara? Immediately up to her feet. Clothesline missed. Big shot to the chest. Down goes Angelina. Another one from Tara.
Well, you could just see that look in her eye. Tara was just feeling it. She was just feeling that energy, and she's taking over right now. But again, Angelina Love knows she's got to weather the storm. But man, she just hit it right square on the face. Uh-oh, you know that standing moonsault's coming.
Oh, I've seen this before. Been awfully effective for the champ. There it is, right on the money, right into the pin. And
no!
Man, that was close. Almost retained the title with the standing moonsault, and Again, wait a minute. Up on the apron is Velvet, and Velvet gets knocked down by Tara.
I tell you what, it just gave Angelina Love just the advantage she needed. And
oh, the hairspray from outside from Velvet goes into the eyes of Angelina instead. And there's the roll-up, and the referee, Slick Johnson,
he's doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing.
Pin, two.
No, not enough.
Sending Madison and Velvet to the back to make this a one-on-one matchup now. No longer any interference from the beautiful people at ringside.
Well, one thing about it, it worked out to the beautiful people. Oh, man, this could be it right here. Tara in control.
Connects with that
Angelina's got to suck it up.
Walks right over the midsection of Angelina and heads to the top. Here she goes. Top rope moonsault, but she overshot Angelina Love.
Yeah, that's a situation, I think, where she tried to be a little too spectacular. She tried to end this thing in a brilliant way, and it was a situation where it hurt her. Look at Tara. Looks like she landed wrong. Hurt, here we go, 1, 2, and she got it!
What, she had her foot on the rope?
No, it was bouncing on the rope.
Ladies and gentlemen,
what are you talking about?
The new TNA Women's Knockout Champion, Angelina Love!
Unbelievable, gets the title back as Angelina Love found a way.
We've got to take another look at this. We open Victory Road in controversial fashion. There you see the pin, and as you can see, referee Slick Johnson counting, and he was out of position on the count.
Well, that was a situation, though, where you've got to have full contact with the rope. The ankle can't be bouncing up and down. And that was a situation, I believe, where Slick Johnson made the right call, and Angelina Love regains that knockout title that she never should have lost anyway.
Slick Johnson, I don't think he saw, and you can just see him with the reaction right there.
Well, we know he's fair. He kicked out Velvet Sky and Madison Rayne. We know what he's all about. We saw him send him out of there.
I'm not questioning.
Oh, come on.
Did you see that kick for Slick?
Sore loser. Get out the checkbook. There's a fine coming here, buddy.
Ready for a little widow's peak action?
Well, you know what? It's not going to get you the belt back. So I'm talking about that attitude. Everybody's jealous.
The new TNA Knockout Champion, Angelina Love, down. And now, here comes Poison, and at the same time, Velvet and Madison flying down the ramp and pulling the new champ, Angelina, to safety.
Well, that's what they're supposed to do now, Tara. There's nothing she can do with the spider, but unbelievable win for Angelina Love. Now, Tara looking over at Slick Johnson.
And the fans, look at the fans encouraging Tara to take Poison, the tarantula, and she places it right on the chest of the referee, Slick Johnson.
Look at that thing. Look at stinging him. Could be stinging him right now. Look at that.
Whoa!
Oh, I'll tell you right now, better him than me.
Tara uses Poison to get the last word with referee Slick Johnson, but we have a new TNA Knockout Champion to open our Victory Road pay-per-view.